Hey, so you've got a dog in Tumwater. You know that life here means everything from a beautiful walk along the Deschutes River to just navigating a busy sidewalk downtown. And finding the right trainer? Well, that's really the key to enjoying all of it with your best friend. We're here to help you figure out how to find that perfect professional so you can build an absolutely amazing life with your dog. Okay, so here's what we're going to run through. First, we'll talk about why training that's specific to life in Tumwater actually matters. Then we'll get into what good training looks like and what credentials to look for. After that, it's all about programs and costs, how to make your final choice, and we'll wrap up with some really important local rules and resources. All right, let's kick things off with our first section, training for Tumwater life. This is all about building skills that really fit your actual lifestyle here. You know, this isn't just about teaching a generic sit or stay. We're talking about getting your dog ready for the real world in Tumwater. Things like walking calmly past other families at Tumwater Falls Park, or staying focused with all the interesting smells and sounds around the historic brewery district. A good local trainer helps get your dog ready for your life. Okay, moving on to section 2. Let's talk about what good training actually looks like, focusing on the methods and the credentials that really make a difference. So, the gold standard in modern dog training is positive reinforcement. Basically, it's a reward-based method. You're teaching your dog what you want them to do, and you reward them when they get it right. It's all about building trust and creating behaviors that stick without ever using fear or pain. Honestly, it's just a safer, more effective way to build an incredible bond with your dog. Okay, but how do you really know if a trainer has the right expertise, especially if everyone says they use positive methods? Well, that is where professional certifications come in. You might see some of these letters after a trainer's name. Don't feel like you have to memorize them. Just think of them as a seal of approval. Certifications like KPA, CPDT, or CTC mean that a trainer has gone through formal education on animal behavior. Some, like the CBCC-KA, even show a specialty in more complex issues like anxiety. Seeing these is just a really quick way to see a trainer's professional commitment. And now for Section 3, programs and local costs. Let's get practical and talk about finding the right format for your dog's goals. And, of course, for your budget. The two most common options you'll see are group classes and private lessons. Group classes are awesome for practicing focus when other dogs and people are around. Perfect if you want to take your dog to the Tumwater Farmers Market someday. Private lessons, on the other hand, are great for tackling specific things that happen at home, like barking at the door, or for just building those solid skills on your daily neighborhood walks. And that leads us to a really practical question. What should you expect this to cost? Let's talk numbers for professional dog training here in the Tumwater area. Okay, so this table gives you a really good ballpark based on recent data for Tumwater and the greater Thurston County area. You can see a set of group classes usually lands somewhere between $140 and $280. A single private lesson is typically in that $100 to $180 range, and then you have more intensive options like a board and train, which are a bigger investment. The main takeaway is that there are options to fit different needs and budgets. All right, you've done your research, you've got a couple of names. Now what? Section 4 is all about making that final decision. We're going to arm you with the essential questions you need to ask. So when you get a potential trainer on the phone for a consultation, have these 6 questions ready. You'll want to confirm their methods and credentials and ask how they'll create a plan specifically for your dog. Also, get clear on which program they think fits your goals, how you'll both track progress, and of course, the total costs and any cancellation policies. A real pro will be more than happy to answer all of these. And for our final section, number 5, Tumwater rules and resources. This is all about being a responsible owner and just a great dog-owning neighbor here in our community. First thing you absolutely have to know is the local leash law. In all public areas in Tumwater, that means parks, trails, sidewalks, everywhere, your dog has to be on a leash that's 6 feet long or shorter. It's a really simple rule, but it is so important for keeping everyone safe and comfortable, including your own dog. And besides the leash law, there are just a couple of other things to keep on your radar. A current rabies vaccination is required for all dogs over 4 months old. Once your pup hits 6 months, they'll need a license from Thurston County. And it's good to know that excessive barking can actually be a violation of city noise ordinances, which, hey, is another great reason to work on training. So, you've learned the rules, you're working on the training. Where can you go to put all these awesome new skills into practice? Tumwater has some fantastic spots for this. The dog park at Tumwater Historical Park is perfect. It's fenced, so it's a safe place to practice off-leash skills like recall. For on-leash practice with real-world distractions like people and wildlife, the trails at Tumwater Falls Park are just ideal. If you need something a little quieter to build focus, check out Wooded Bay, and the Deschutes River Trail with its varied terrain is excellent for really mastering those leash manners. At the end of the day, finding the right trainer is really about finding a partner. It's an investment that helps your dog learn the skills they need to be a confident, well-behaved companion that you can truly take anywhere with you. And it all boils down to this simple truth. A well-behaved dog just makes every single outing more enjoyable. For you, for them, and for everybody else you meet along the way. So what's going to be that first big Tumwater adventure you and your dog tackle together? We wish you the absolute best on your training journey. Investing in a well-trained dog enriches your life in so many ways, making everything more fun and less stressful, whether you're at home, out on the town, or introducing your best friend to new people.